UltraCycling magazine show.
Well, everybody, welcome to UltraCycling magazine, and we welcome Claire O'Kane from England with us. Hi, Claire. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Lee.
Claire's going to be a host for us when we're on at this time of day because Joanna is making a trek to work on Mondays over there in New Zealand, so she can't be with us. And we're just happy to have you here, Claire.
Oh, it's always good to join you.
Tell us about yourself so we get acquainted with you.
Yeah, so I first got in touch with you, Lee, and the work you're doing. I joined a crew for Race Across America last year. So I joined Brian Welsh, who was a solo rider last year, and I did some roving reporting for you, which was brilliant, just getting to chat to some of the crews and some of the teams riding Race Across America last year. Heading back there this year, this time as crew chief. So but a little bit about myself.
And I believe you are actually an Ironman, aren't you?
I am an Ironman, yeah. So running was my background, but I met a triathlete who bought me a bike for one of our first Christmases together, and started my own cycling journey. Well,
Claire did such a wonderful job last year reporting for Brian Welsh, and she just kind of picked up on the idea really quick. And so, sometimes you see somebody and you say, there's somebody who would be good at doing this sort of thing. And so we're glad that Claire is willing to be with us. And we just want you to jump right in here and enjoy it. So I got to get Jim. Oh, I got to tell Jim's not with us. He's working. I had a message from Jim just before we went on the air saying next week things will be different. And Will was in a capital WIL. I have a feeling he's going to make some adjustments to his employment situation or his demands somehow. And it's not just the show, but it's really, they've really been taking advantage of him and his work. And I hope he can get that kind of thing straightened out, Claire.
Yeah.
Have him back with us where he belongs. So make sure that you post your comments and your questions. We already have a couple. We'll get to them once we get our guests in here. But we want to thank our people who operate our time stations here in Ohio for the Race Across America. Time station 41 in Oxford, Ohio, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe. And we also thank always Mike Minium, who puts out the signs along the road here in Ohio and Indiana. And these signs are available at our time stations. They're a great souvenir. You can see them here on Nicole's trophy wall, another trophy wall, place to collect autographs, $10. And that helps you get one sign and put one out on the road. Also, we want to make sure that you follow us on Facebook. You subscribe to us on YouTube and ring that bell. And I believe the bell ringer has got it right this time and not just keep on ringing. Well, Jim's not here to report on the race across the East, but I do have somebody who's going to help us with that. And I want to introduce a new member of the UltraCycling family, Judy Stutz, from down here in Springboro, Ohio. She's going to be reporting for us, and we've known her for a while. She has done reports in the past, but we're formally inducting her into the UltraCycling magazine family.
Hello, everybody out there in UltraCycling land. I want to introduce to you a new reporter for us, Judy Stutz, down there in Springboro, Ohio. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Lee. How are you doing tonight?
Well, we're doing good, and we're glad to welcome you on board. Actually, you've been on board because you've made some reports for us in the past, and we're kind of now going to make you a formal reporter for the UltraCycling magazine. And Judy's going to cover a lot of things that are happening around here in gravel and randonneuring. She's been involved in those things here in the United States. And she's going to keep her eye to the ground, just like the rest of you reporters out there keeping your eye to the ground in your particular territory. So welcome aboard, Judy.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it. It's exciting to be a part of this, as well as just to be able to share my love of gravel and randonneuring as well.
Very good. And you're there in an automobile. I was just doing a thing about lighting today.
Oh,
and
goodness.
The point being that most people have access to the most wonderful studio for doing live streaming and videoing is your automobile.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. I was not anticipating this, but yeah, just finished a ride and still sweating in my car.
Thanks a lot, Judy.
Hey, thank you, Lee.
And Judy's going to be going over to Blanchester to help cover the start of the Race Across the East. Very new thing. We're excited about that, and we're happy to have her on board. Report on Calvin's Challenge. The registration there is up to 38, and that registration is open until the start of the race, the registration night, I should say. You can walk in and register for that new rebirth of a great old race that's been around for years and then disappeared because of lack of leadership. We're so happy to have that back here in Ohio. Also, Coal Country Roubaix. I'm showing a registration of 92, although I just chatted with Heather Longhorn a little bit ago, and she's claiming 89. I think maybe she's a little behind on that, or perhaps some people dropped out. I'm not sure. But we're happy for that and getting that thing on. I was just watching earlier today a recording of Paris-Roubaix, which they call the Hell of the North. And when you see the route that Joe has laid out for us over there, I'm going to call it the Hell of the East, because, I mean, the road situation there is going to be just incredible and a very real challenge. Next week, we're going to have Team Infinity on with Terry Kearns and Sylvia Moss, a two-person team on the Race Across America this year. And they are going to be fun. I mean, these two ladies are just fun to talk to, and we're going to be glad to have them with us. So, Claire, I think it's time we get to our guests, don't you?
I think it is. Looking forward to chatting with them all.
I'm going to bring the person on who I've been talking to, Kalpa, there in Birmingham. Claire's from Birmingham too, so it's just your neighbors. Mm-hmm. Claire, welcome to UltraCycling magazine. I don't know if she hears me or not.
I can. I think it was. Hi. Thank you, Lee. Finally, after having spoken to you a couple of times, it's absolutely refreshing to see Claire's literally our neighbor, and here meeting her.
What small world!
Amazing. Thank you for having us on the show, and we are absolutely excited, a little bit nervous, but absolutely ready to go and get this huge marathon challenge that we have assigned ourselves to.
Well, let's bring Bhuvan here. He's furthest away in Dubai. How are you today, Bhuvan?
I'm very well, just getting out of the floods and still managed to get one ride done today. Yeah, it's been pretty nightmare for everyone. I think it's a global news. Yes, I'm glad that we're all safe and glad to be part of your show. And like Kalpan mentioned, I think little nervous is an understatement. I think we're very apprehensive for what we've signed up to. But yeah, we're ready and training hard. And it's been a little bit difficult logistically because I'm in Dubai, they're in UK, but we still managed to get our training done. They came to Dubai once, and I've been a couple of times already, and we're trying to go to Spain to train together to get used to the heat. So yes, we are ready and looking forward to what we've signed up to.
And Mahesh will bring you on here. Let's change our view a little bit so we can get better view. You keep getting, the more of you get here, you keep getting smaller. How are you today, Mahesh?
I'm very well, Lee. Thank you. Hello, Claire, and my fellow colleagues, writers. I'm really looking forward to this challenge. And although challenge is very tough, everyone is aware of that in our team. But I'm equally thrilled to be on this journey. It's really not about the riding itself on those 9 days, but just getting prepared ourselves to that challenge is itself is a huge satisfying events we are going through, and I'm looking forward to it.
And let's get Ram in here.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Claire. Such a pleasure to know that you are based in Wolverhampton. Maybe we can pick your brains on something.
Oh, absolutely. Same goes, Ram. So I'm in the same position as you, Ram. So I'll be crew chief for a team this year as well. So
that is perfect.
Happy
so
to
are you
chat.
crew chiefing for a solo team or for a team?
For a team this time round. So team of 4 as well.
Oh, excellent. Well, fantastic. That's great. Maybe we should get together and have a meal together so just we can swap stories and swap ideas with each other. That would be a lovely thing.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Sorry, Lee, we're hijacking here with
My apologies, Lee.
No, I completely agree.
So, Lee, thank you very much for bringing this opportunity to us. The team is ready and they are getting ready. I'm not saying they are ready. They're getting ready. They're working really hard. They've taken on a massive challenge and they've thrown something at me to see if I can deliver it for them from the logistics point of view. I'm looking forward to giving my best, and my team are very, very supportive. Most of us are friends and family who are going to do it along with them, and hopefully we shall have a bit of fun, a bit of nightmare, a bit of tears. I'm sure everything will be there, but hopefully we shall be getting there in 9 days' time is what our aim is.
Very good. Let's one more person to bring in here, and that is Arasu. Arasu. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Lee. Hi, Claire.
Claire, if you ever need to be put to sleep, we have 2 people here can take care of that for you.
Excellent.
I'm an anesthetist by trade, and Mahesh is an anesthetist, and both of us are pain physicians as well. So if there is anything, you can give us a call. That's what Lee tried to say.
And they're very painful. So.
And I love that we can just see the handlebars of a bike in the background there as well. So is that?
Oh yeah,
that cool? You have to jump on the bike.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can't find a way to get all of you in here more or less. And I'm going to put myself down here at the bottom where I belong. And so the first question I have is the name BhRAAMaestros. Can somebody explain that to me a little bit?
So can I go on that, people? Will that be all right? So what we have looked at it is this. We wanted to have a pun on what we had a long and hard think about what our name should be. So then we decided, we are all from Birmingham, so we started BhRAAM. BhRAAM is a pun on that. And we had to bring Ram into it. And me being the crew chief Ram, they wanted to bring my name into it as well. I'm just punning. That's not true, really. So we wanted to bring Ram into it. So Brum Ram, and we are hoping to be masters of it. So we wanted to bring the Maestros into it. So that's why we are calling ourselves BhRAAMaestros from the point of view. And there is also another plan on the play. The one of the from the South Indian mythology, there is a weapon called Brahmastra, which belongs to one of the gods there, which is supposed to be very, very strong and fast. So we were just playing around with the words, and we came up with this name, I'd like to think.
Yes, I know that when you look up, when you Google ROM on Google, excuse me, help me, Claire, take over, please.
Sorry. We'll give Lee Lee a minute, or shall I crack on, Lee? So I was going to ask you all. So obviously, we're the other side of the world from Race Across America. So how did this all come about? How was this something that you all heard about and thought, I know what we'll do. We'll fly to the other side of the world and then go and cycle for 3,000 miles. Like, who's responsible for this for you all?
Oh my God! You opened a can of worms here.
Everyone's pointing at everybody else.
No, I think everyone is pointing towards Bhuvan.
Oh, okay. So what's your experience of Race Across America, and how's this all come about for you all?
Yeah. Well, I think generally what happens is we traditionally we all ride together, and once a year we go on a weekly tour to any part of the world, like Europe, Canada, US. So we've been riding this for many years. And in one of the rides, we met somebody who had done RAM. And then basically when I saw him, well, if he can do, I can do as well. So that is how the itch started. And then from 2019, I've been trying to get a team. And finally, in one of the temple tour of South India, which Ram had arranged, I asked Kalpa, shall we do it? Then she said yes. Then Arasu had no choice, because when Kalpa says yes, then he just has to follow her. And then finally we thought, okay, we three are fine. We need to find a beast who can ride fast and who can climb fast. And then the unanimous name was Mahesh. And so we asked him. So we were pleasantly surprised when he said yes. So I'm in. So what, a simple statement of let's do it. It's become a big challenge. We didn't know the severity or the complexity of this RAM. And then we had our crew chief Ram. So Ram, will you support us? Yeah, fine, let's do it. So that's how it all started in February 22. Then only when we first attended the meetings in January 2024, that's when we all got worried, the severity and complexity of that. So that is why they're all blaming and pointing at me, because it's a knife on the head now. But yes, that's how we started.
So how many? You say you've been kind of on cycle tours across the world together. So kind of what's each of you? What's your cycling background? For a question to all of you, how long have you all been cyclists for?
I think Arasu should take this question, and Kalpa too. So he's the longest who's been cycling, because when I was in Birmingham and I was a consultant surgeon, and Arasu was my anesthetist, and that was in 2008. And then he used to ride to work at that time. Then I asked him, what the hell are you stupid to ride? That is how I knew of him. So I think Arasu will take this question.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about your cycling background then.
Like Bhuvan said, me and Kalpa, we've been cycling together for probably 20 years plus. It started off like fun. I was cycling on my own, cycling to work, coming back, and Kalpa was doing the same. And then we joined together, and we do weekends rides, and then we have done a lot of charity rides, organized rides. We have done Birmingham to Oxford. That was our longest ride. And then slowly we started having more people joining us. And then we started venturing out. And our crew chief was one of the reasons why we started doing more adventurous rides. 2 years ago, we rode in the Himalayas in 5,800 meter height. We did it for 7 days, and then I asked Kalpa, "What is next?" And then Bhuvan came. He said, "Yeah, Ram," and that's it.
Oh, it seems like a lot of other people are getting the blame for the situation that you're in. How about the Kalpa? So
Claire.
Oh, sorry, Lee, you come in. Sorry.
We've got a whole bunch of comments here, and I want to get to them before we go any further because we don't want to miss anybody.
We do.
Nathan Gurla says, yeah, best wishes. You can read these here yourself. Looking forward to hearing about team from the UK. Great. Maybe some of you people know these people.
We all know them, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they put that up before the show went on the air. They were waiting. Somebody else was waiting for you to go on the air. Spiegel Bikes is here. Always glad to see Spiegel Bikes with us. They're great, great program to help us here on the show. Lana, excited for joining and waiting for you. Everybody was waiting for you. That's good. Go. And one more comment. Go BhRAAMaestros. Good for you. I think that's all caught up on the comments. Okay, Claire, sorry to interrupt. But I want to get those out of the way.
No, you carry on, Lee.
What was your question, Claire, that I interrupted?
No, you carry on, Lee. I was just going to ask a Kalpa about her kind of cycling background, how she was, how you're feeling, Kalpa, heading into to race across America, so and the kind of challenge that you're about to face.
Well, I'll take that on two parts. For the first time, I feel I'm female. You know, when you come into the world of cycling, you put all your age and sex slightly away. But now I look at the boys and look at them, talking about all their numbers and their digits, and I think, guys, how am I going to match it with you're all for males here. But even going back to our background, I think having dipped our toes and then realized, gosh, where we dipped it in, we realized that most people who do RAAM have very strong cycling backgrounds. Several of them have, lots of UltraCycling events. They have a breadth that I think our team will have to make up with in enthusiasm and determination and effort. We are a bunch of doctors. We belong to a group called Small Steps Charity. We have a little group, and we all start together, go and strap it upon, even have a coffee, come back, and that was our ritual. And a little banter, and then get onto it. So from there, the trajectory has been super steep, and I think this last one has been so steep, the highest inclination, and I'm like puffing on the top for the inclination to it. So we don't really have an accoladed cycling background, but we have done miles, different continents, different, we've done countries north to south, we've done lands and stone roads, we've done Portugal, pretty much north to south, lots of Alps, New York, Niagara. So we've kind of done lots of cycling, but not the RAAM endurance style. So we've got some experience. We love cycling. That's a common factor. Very passionate. and it's slowly taken over a huge part of our lives. We've tried to be infectious to try and move it across to our friends and colleagues, and so cycling's become a big part, but not through the professional way. It's more through our own interest, our own passion, and we're hoping that it will build more and more as we go up.
I think that's absolutely fantastic testament and a real story of starting at the grassroots and building your way up. So huge amount of respect for the way you're doing it and the challenge that you're all about to face.
I know we're hoping that when we finish it, people will think, oh, if they can do it, we can do it. Let's go for it.
What a fantastic inspiration. Lee, I'll hand over to you because I know you've had some questions and I'm sure that there'll be things that you'll want to talk to the team about.
Well, before we get any further, we want to talk about your charity. Who wants to speak about that?
I think I can talk about it.
Mahesh, yes.
Mahesh, can you take that question?
Yeah. Supporting a charity called Small Steps Charity, which is really formed by a group of friends, and most of us are medic or IT professionals, and most of us from Indian background. Whilst working here in UK, we do all feel passionate about supporting some health and education related unfunded causes, and that's where I think this idea of forming a charity organization came about. And the charity's name is Small Step Charity. And this particular ride, we are supporting malnutrition cause where about 500 children from very rural central west part of India, in a very tribal area, we are really raising funds for this cause, as well as about female education, which is really one of the ignored part, unfortunately, in especially rural part of India. And that's another cause we are trying to fund by raising funds for Small Step Charity.
Very good. And in the show notes, if you'll look on our website, let me get that up there, ucm.bike, you'll see a link to Small Steps Charity. And I'm sure they would be happy if, after looking at them, you might drop a few dimes on them. They would be excited about that, wouldn't they, Mahesh?
Yes, we will be really grateful for any support we receive for such a most needy cause, and our charity really directly donates everything we raise without any middle people involved or organization involved in between. So every penny donated goes to the cause we are raising funds for. We'll be grateful for any support. Thank you.
So I think, Mahesh, what you're trying to say here is that there is no administrative cost that's taken off, and nothing has been taken off from that point of view. Every penny that is being donated to the cause, it goes to the cause that goes into it, and the administrative and things is all done by the Small Steps Charity members voluntarily, because we feel that we have got something and we need to give the team members, the Small Step Charity members, feel that they need to give it back to where they came from, back to their roots. And so there is not a single penny that's taken out for administrative purposes, and everything is done voluntarily from them. Every penny that comes into Small Step Charity goes directly to the organization which requires it and the project that is required.
Well, that's always good to know. So you have, as far as the race itself, you're funded. And so their contributions go right to the charity.
That's right.
Yeah. Although the race is self-funded by us, we've been lucky to be supported a little bit from our friends and families, and also two particular companies which I would like to be grateful to is the Odisha Football Club from India and the GMR Sports, which are co-owners of the Delhi Capitals Cricket. So they have been very kind to fund us to an extent, which will cover a little bit of cost, but majority of it is self-funded. But I would like to add this is all our supporters are so wonderful that they are paying from their own pocket all the flight expenses and much more just to help us to get this across the line. So I know we can't be doing this without our supporters, and also funding themselves. So which is very grateful.
That's fantastic. I mean, certainly coming from the UK as well, it's not well, I don't think anybody can come into RAAM. It's an expensive game as well. So I'm sure, as you say, really grateful for friends, family, and any of the sponsors that you've got supporting schools. And that's fantastic that you've got that support to get you to the start line.
So let's get some more comments in here quickly. Anad says their passion for cycling is very infectious and inspiring. From Webmasters, you're our pride. I'm sure that's true. Alog says, keep going, team. Looking forward to hear more about your journey at the best. And Freddie was saying, I cycled with the 4. They're a different league. Very envious of their endurance and speed. And I believe, Claire, that catches us up. You're going to have to leave pretty quick, I know, Claire. You got any questions?
But there is I mean, I've got to say, how are you managing training with also working in the NHS? Because I've got to say, Lee, it's our NHS in the UK is under some pressure at the moment. So I've got to say, how are you managing training alongside work? And what's training looking like for you all at the moment?
So can I take that question?
Sure.
So as a crew chief, I try to crack the whip, but not really. They crack the whip on me, I should say. But the fact remains, I have seen people getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting to go on their bikes and get out on their bikes just to get the training in. I have seen them go at waking up at 12 o'clock. I've seen Kalpa waking up at 12 o'clock in the night to get on the indoor trainer just to get her legs in, so that she needs to get to understand how to do the night training. I've seen the team working together on giving their weekends up to go on a training ride in the UK on a tag team basis, and with the support team. And the support team, whoever we could get, have been coming together and build. This is a thing where we have learned how to do the exchanges and things to a certain extent, and we are polishing those techniques in Spain. That is what they're getting. Everybody is giving their time and their own hard time. I mean, Arasu just finishes his work. Well, Arasu just cycles to work. That's one thing. That's his training for all practical purposes. And he tries to race to work. And he decidedly leaves a little later so that he has to cycle very fast to get to where he has got to go to work. So to be on time, to put his patients to sleep. So that's what Arasu does. And Mahesh, of course, has just finished his Boston Marathon and got the 6 majors now. He's done majors, the 6 majors now. And he's got the medal for it, and now he's on his bike now. So they work very, very hard to find the time to do the training. As you understand, the weather has been absolutely miserable and cold during this period of time. They all put in efforts in their indoor trainers, doing the tandem biking in their indoor trainers, waking up at odd hours to complete the race, and the support team have been supporting them through Discord to try and keep the morale up and doing that's what they have been doing, actually.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, Lee, we've had a particularly damp
start. Just to add to what Ram.
Sundays have not been good days to ride recently.
Okay.
Claire, just to add to what Ram said. Yeah, just to add to what Ram said. April 5th, 6th, 7th was the dreadliest weekend in Birmingham. So I flew to UK to train, and we did not stop cycling 24/7 for 61 hours in rain, gusts, wind, wet, completely drenched. But we did 24/7, simulating the RAAM in that weather. So which we were grateful because we got training for cancers already, so which is fine.
Oh, fantastic! What an effort!
Except heat. That's the one thing we are missing.
Well, I can tell you that that's good training for Ohio, because we always like to present you with a really rip-roaring thunderstorm, and it almost never fails. And we like to add a little fireworks to it too, with lightning. That is pretty much a part of our agenda here. So we'll try to accommodate you. We don't want to let you down this year.
We're ready.
We are ever so grateful to you, Lee. We are ever so grateful for you to providing us that information.
It's our gift.
We just want to make it feel that you want to make it feel like the UK for us, don't you?
Correct. I was about to say we will feel home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, all of you, for being with us. We appreciate it. We wish you well. Be safe. Be strong. And we hope you have great success with your charity. It's been a delight having you with us here. It's been a delight hoping that my grandson will be joining the ranks of you anesthesiologists in a couple of years. Well, he's already practicing, but under pretty strict supervision. And I want to thank Claire. Thank you so much for agreeing to help us. You are just what we've been looking for.
Oh, I try my hardest, Lee.
Yeah, you do a great job. And maybe you'll get one of these guys will get the chance to put you to sleep one of these times, Claire. And
hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But if any of you do want to connect outside of
nice to know somebody in the club at least, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you so much for all of you. Thank you for watching. And remember, next week we're going to have Team Infinity on. And good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
It's been a delight. Don't go away. We're going to find Greg here. I think we don't have to wake Greg up. He's always awake. And he'll get us off the show, and we'll chat a little bit afterwards.
This is Gregory Zuber, thanking you for watching and sharing.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.